Hello, I'm Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is fucking talking shit with Eagle, episode 831. Hopefully, you guys have had a great Wednesday. I sure have. Looking forward to hanging out with these guys again. Toonbuds, how you guys doing this evening? You want to tell everybody how you're doing and, of course, where they can find you?
We're doing good.
Yeah,
uh, my name is Jason. I'm from artist of Toonbuds,
I'm Jeremy. I handle the business side.
Right on.
and you can find us everywhere, toonbuds.com and Toonbuds like all social medias pretty much.
Yeah.
Right on.
So,
Oh, go ahead. You're the guest. I
uh,
don't. You guys get the floor. You guys automatically
all
get the floor. So,
right. So yeah, me and my brother we started a cannabis comic cartoon. Uh, you can see we made 10 characters. We based them all off of different cannabis objects. It all started like we're two brothers. We grew up together watching the same shows and stuff. We always loved comics and cartoons. We always wanted to create something of our own.
Yeah, so we started working on like this one boss character, and we started like developing him slowly and kind of like making like, oh, who would like relax with him or chill with him, and like
Bongo.
so Bongo was created, and then we started like expanding his world and like adding to it.
And Bongo's kind of like us. He's got like he loves movies, TV. He has aspirations to be a creator of some sort. He's kind of your like happy-go-lucky stoner type. And then after we created Bongo, we were like, this character has a lot of spark to him, and we were like, you know what? Let's start talking about building out this world more, and we started developing more characters that would go into this world. And we're obviously inspired by the old school like black and white like rubber hose cartoons. We're also inspired by like more recent cartoons too. We
Definitely blend in a mix of like the old with the newer, like kind of like the animation style of like the rubber hose, but with like more like anime like nowadays.
so the second character we came up with was MJ based off of Pot Leaf. we wanted to um we wanted to make sure they all had different hobbies and stuff because uh we met so many people who smoke and they all um have different jobs, different hobbies, different we all come from different walks of life, but we can all bond over cannabis, you know. So MJ's hobby is fashion. She's in a dress. We do different dresses based off of different cannabis strands with her. And this one is lemon haze. Uh,
is that one of your favorite strains there, lemon haze?
oh, there's this is one of my favorite pictures of her. But yeah, I do love the lemon.
Yeah.
Third character we created was Kiefer, based off a grinder. You can see where our mind is at. First, he was kind of inspired by like if you just take the grinder and you kind of lift it up, it almost looks like a mouse. And we're like, what if this was a whole character? Like, what if that was the mouse there? He's our gardener of the group. Got to have a gardener, so we can we try to keep the education with it too. So we'll give like grow tips and stuff like that.
Yeah, just like little pointers for like people who are just getting into the hobby and just like showing them like the beginning and like the basics of stuff, but like in a funner way. So it's like instead of just like words and like pages of stuff, you have to like read through it. It's like fun images and things like that.
Um, I believe Zip was the next character we created. He's a lighter. We like obviously need a lighter, but based off of like when you're at a concert, you lift that lighter to the sky. Like we wanted him to be like all into music. So he's kind of our musician. He can play pretty much every instrument.
Yeah, he definitely keeps like the fun like vibes of like sitting around chilling with people, like playing music, just like vibing on that like kind of theme.
Mason, based off of Mason Jar. He's like into sports. We thought it'd be kind of funny to have this glass jar character be like one of the most physical characters of our group. Kind of like the kind of like a gentle giant. Like this picture right here says, when they say you can't prove it on the green.
Yeah.
He's all into sports and stuff like that. uh, I'm missing one here. I know we created. I don't know what we typed. Got vape. He's our vape pen right here. He's like into video games and stuff. We like made him into a robot because it's like the future of smoking almost like
Electronics, future, it's all like kind of blending together. So it made sense to us.
Blizzy and Jay is our blunt and joint of the group. It's over that eternal debate people are always having, like blunt or joint. Also inspired by our love of like martial arts movies and stuff like that. So they're always fighting with each other.
Yeah.
Trey is our artist of the group. We took a lot of our own hobbies and kind of mixed them into these characters. So you'll see a lot of things that we like. But yeah, I took a lot of my love for art and things like that and give him into Trey. He's also kind of has a little bit of a temper because people are always ignoring the ashtray or knocking him over. Let's see. What's that pipe one? You get the plushie.
Oh, I have a plushie. So Piper is one of our other characters. This is a plushie we have. So she's like made out of a pipe, but her hobby is like food. So she does like food things around Boston and like foodie kind of like munchies and all that edible kind of stuff is like her thing. Got like a little smoky tail with like a little mug.
Yeah. And I think that was Piper's the last one there. Let's get a little group pic here. Sorry, I'm like going through all these pictures here. We got Kiefer, Trey, Zip, Vape, MJ, Mason, Blizzy and Jay, Piper, and of course Bongo.
Those are pretty cool.
So once we developed these characters, we started developing stories with these characters. So if you check out our website, we have like so many comic strips up there. I don't even know how many.
Yeah, so each character has their own little bio page that contains like an origin comic, a little hobby comic, and like a little like stats, almost like D&D. I gave them like their lung capacity and rolling skills and stuff like that. To try to like give them a little bit more depth and like fun.
Yeah, and we were really inspired by like the comic strips in like the newspapers where you got like these short little comic strips of these characters that you know, and you can tell little fun stories with it. And that's kind of the approach we first took off with Toonbuds.
Yeah, almost like a Bazooka Joe. Like you know the character is a short little comic, but there's an overarching story, but like it's not like necessary to know.
Yeah, and then so we've developed these characters. We were like developing these comic strips. Then we were like, obviously we need to try to like make some money, like try to like turn this into an actual business. So we bought these little tins. I don't know if we have them over here. This is like a big version of the tin, but we bought these little black tins and we just started sticking our artwork on all of them. And then we sold them at one of our first events, and we sold so many of them. We got such a good response. And it was just like, all right, we have to move forward with this. We have to develop these characters even more. Let's make even better stories with them. Everyone was like, you have to do animation. Like, I would love to see this as a cartoon. And it's like, I would love to see this as a cartoon too. But it's like, I don't even know what it would go into that. And that's when we started looking into animation and what it would take to do it. And it's like, you know what? I think I might be able to do this myself. And that's when we started to learn how to like animate, which we're doing it like kind of a mixture of the old school way and the new school way, where we're like, it's frame by frame, but I do use some like digital shortcuts. But yeah, really inspired by the old cartoons and how like the animation was crazy back then, like some of the stuff they do.
Yeah, and it's like the slight imperfections make it like perfect in like really bring character and like a little bit of like artist feel to it that like you don't get with the digital, like where it's all clean cut and all perfect.
So we first started making, we made a test animation where we were like, oh, this is great. It was like a minute long. But we're like, oh, we need to make it longer. So we worked on our first winter special, Bongo Saves Winter. It's on YouTube. It's about 17 minutes long. It was
Yeah.
basically us learning how to animate while making the special.
Yeah, it was a lot of Hanna-Barbera cartoons and like stopping frame by frame and things like that. It was just like studying and like, okay, how do they do this? How do they get this character from this to there?
Yeah, and just studying exactly how they do that. They'll like reuse the walking animation cycles and stuff like that to like save time, so you don't have to draw it over and over again. But yeah, a lot of studying of cartoons. Now when we watch cartoons, I'm like looking at every little thing, like how did they do that? How did they do that?
Yeah, and then there's like cartoon physics and things that like you wouldn't think come into play, but like there's regular physics and then like the cartoons that have their own little like tweaks to things and like learning like about those. But like a lot of it, you like, oh yeah, I watch Looney Tunes, I know that kind of stuff. Like, oh, I go running off a cliff, I don't fall until like I look down. Like oh yeah, and then like you're just like trying to like make it funnier and like elaborate on that.
Yeah, and um, yeah, there's a lot of things like the human body like does when you move that you don't realize. And we bought this book like on animation. It was like, yeah, like when you turn your head, like you don't go straight across. You go like you'll take a dip. Like there's all these little nuances that the human body does, and I'm just like, whoa, I don't even know about this.
Yeah, because you don't think about it. It's like the things that your body does without you thinking about it.
But then you do that stuff, and it makes the animation look so much better. And I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, because I think it was like the punch. It's like you had to pull it back before you throw a punch forward. Because if you just throw a punch forward, it looks weird.
Yeah, and then you gotta like overthrow it, and lots of stuff about like what frames to keep and not keep.
Yeah, so many talks of bouncing balls. It's like so
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. But we're trying to learn from every single project we do and make the next one better. But we entered that winter special into 2 film festivals. We won Best Stoner Cannabis Comedy Short Film in the Poor Life Choices Film Festival.
And then we won most artistic in the International Cannabis and Hemp Film Festival. So we're like happy that we won, but we definitely think we could do better, and like we want to make the next one even better and work even harder on it.
Yeah, like we said, it was a lot of learning how to animate while animating that, and the voices too, which was a whole nother level, which is something we never really thought of when we first started creating Toonbuds. Is like, what do they sound like? But yeah, getting to that whole nother level, next level is like, all right, now there's all these things you got to think about. What do they sound like?
Yeah, what are they doing?
Yeah, what kind of like weird like little quirks do they do with their body, like type thing. So yeah.
You don't even, I'm just kind of curious, even as you're putting it together now. I mean, you say you haven't went that far, but do you, I mean, there's gotta be an inner dialect already. You know what I mean? You've already gotta have some sort of like voice in your head, I would think, kind of for some of these characters, no?
I mean, a little bit, but it's hard to like put that voice in your mind to another voice, if you know what I mean. I don't
It's
know.
a little hard. Like we made our mason jar southern accent, and he's like clipped. It was like, yes, he's a mason jar. He should be from the south. Like sometimes you're like, you know what I mean? Like you hear it and then you realize like, oh, it should have been like that the whole time.
Yeah, that was one of the voices that really clicked, and it actually kind of like developed his character even more in a way.
Yeah.
So it's funny how the voice can even take that character to the next level.
Yeah, I definitely felt like we did like because we were watching a bunch of like was it Hey Arnold with like Stinky and all that like kind of like talking, but like
and then just watching like actual like voice actors do these voices, I'm just like, damn, they are impressive.
Yeah, it's crazy how people change their voices because I originally tried to do all of them myself and I was like, oh no, it all just sounds like one person, me.
So yeah, we try to do like a lot of fun projects too. Like these are our rolling trays. They're like glow in the dark. We number them and we put a different artwork on each one, and we're not repeating it. So we're trying to like
make it collectible and like limited edition. There's a little bit of like this glaze on it, so you can put your dabs on there and all that stuff. And they made it out of metal too, because I always break mine.
And, the decoder grinder is probably one of our most fun projects. We talked about it for like so long.
Yeah.
And then we finally got it made, and it was like, yes.
Yeah, so in our artwork we'll have like little hidden
You see
messages,
little like secret codes in our messages. This one's around the frame here.
and basically we sell these little decoder grinders, and it has a grinder with all these little secret marks on the side, and you line up the arrow, and it lines up to the marks, and then you can like solve them like what it says and like all that stuff. So we'll put like hidden jokes and like giveaways and prizes and stuff like that.
Yeah, we try to make the art like a little bit more interactive in a way.
Yeah, definitely like keep it fun. Like, oh, well, what are they doing today? What could I win? Kind of thing.
Yeah,
Great ideas, 100%. I like the ideas of the
yeah.
decoder grinder. That's genius right there.
As you can imagine, we're just like, whenever we're smoking, we're like, oh, what about this? What about that?
Yeah. I was watching what was it, Christmas Story, and then like the first thing we did when we did the Carter was drink more Ovaltine, and people were like, "Oh, that's the best first message." It was like, yeah, definitely fun things that like keep it good. But another thing we made is our Toonbuds guide to everything. So it's a little grow guide that we've made, but it's also like filled with artwork and like fun tips, a little bit easier to like digest with comic strips.
Yeah, we just try to like put everything in it. We got grow tips, we got artwork, we got comic strips.
Yeah, it shows you how to roll, make hash. Got like a bunch of comics at the back.
Um, and now currently we're working on our graphic novel with Diva Buds. Last time we were talking with you guys, or talking with you, Diva was, Mark was here with us. We have like posters and stuff too. This is a little collaboration poster we did with him, kind of teasing the time travel graphic novel that we're releasing in March.
Super awesome. Nice
And we're
graphic.
trying to like, yeah, thank you. And we're been trying to look for like cool businesses and people to collaborate on like fun projects like that. Like Itastic, the guy who did our grinder for us. We met him at one of these conventions. I have this poster here. He has he does laser etching, 3D printing, sublimation printing. He did these bongs that look kind of like cups for us. There's a little character I made for him of his laser lasering on our grinder.
Yeah, his laser has become part of it. For 3 years, I went around to different grinders, people trying to get something on the side of a grinder, and a lot of people wouldn't told me they couldn't do it.
Yeah,
or like
no one wanted to do it.
But he was one of the first people that were like, I'll figure it out. I was like, oh, perfect.
Yeah, and we gave him a test one, and then he brought it back to his house, and then it was pretty soon afterwards that he was like, all right, I figured it out.
Yeah. I know he figured it out. I swear it was like less than like 3 days.
Yeah, he's quick.
He's quick.
Yeah, he does a lot of printing and stuff for us now. Like he just got a 3D printer. He's working on making little like 3D bongos. You can't really see it because it's all like white because I haven't painted it yet. But here's a broken one that I like started painting. The eye fell off. I tried to make it into a patch.
That's cool.
He's what you got. He's a pirate now.
But that was a test one. But I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look too bad painted.
No.
But yeah, we're just like constantly coming up with ideas like that.
Yeah, I definitely have a lot more projects in the works that I've been like trying to like push out. A couple I've been working on for like a couple years. A couple of them I've like,
Yeah, we have like 2 different games we're working on. We wanted originally when we first started, we wanted to make a deck of cards with these characters, like make a whole deck of cards because we love cards and stuff.
Yep.
But then we were like, oh, what if we maybe did like double as a game you could play while you smoke or something? It has different challenges or something on them too. So we're developing this whole like double game with that, and then plus we also got this board game idea because we love board games and stuff like that.
I think it's awesome that you guys are doing what you're doing. I'm a huge advocate of, chasing your dreams and believing in yourself. And it's awesome to hear you guys' stories, of chasing your dream. You know what I mean? is it's just a matter of really following your heart and just putting in the work and willing to learn what you got to learn to, make that dream happen. And you guys are doing all the above. So cheers to you guys, man. It's awesome to see the passion, the fire. You know what I mean? It's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Yeah, whenever we come up,
go ahead. Go ahead.
whenever we come up with an obstacle, we always are like, all right, we can figure out a way past this.
Yeah, exactly. I've put on so many hats now, different like jobs. So like I'm just switching around. It's easy peasy.
Yeah, you've got to think outside the box too.
Yeah.
You guys definitely have a lot of great ideas. So one of the basically what I do here is get to know. We've gotten to know the characters, so we got to get to know the guys. So basically, what I do here is kind of get to know the people, why they do what they do. So usually where I start this is when was your guys first of all, how far are you guys apart?
We're 3 years apart. I'm 31. He's 34. My birthday is actually next week, so I'll be 32. So we'll be 3 years. But yeah, we're youngest of 5 children. We grew up working for our father's family business. We do like snow shoveling during the winter and like demolition and trash removal during the rest of the year. So yeah, we've done a lot of physical labor our whole life.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a lot of like physical labor things and all that stuff. So it wasn't really like using creativity.
Yeah, so this was like our big chance to like try to like do something creative and yeah, I'm tired of shoveling snow, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you've been shoveling your whole life. You're like, okay.
And it's not just like one house. We were like shoveling like 50 houses. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, we did a lot of shoveling. My friends would like stop coming over during the winter time. They're like, no, he's gonna make you shovel.
Yeah, we recruited all our friends and pushed them all away. No one wanted to be around during the winter.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a. I've been drawing since like I've been like a little kid. I've been drawing my whole life pretty much. I never went to school for art. I'm pretty much self-taught everywhere, self-taught in animation, self-taught drawing. I had a few like good art teachers through like elementary school, but I also had some bad art teachers. But yeah, I've pretty much been drawing my whole life. I got really big into charcoal when I was a kid. I think that's why I kind of love that black and white color scheme. And then I got into pastels. Like I got into anything where you could like push it around with your fingers. I like doing that for some reason. But then yeah, I kind of like fell off the art a little bit, and then I started seeing people drawing online, doing digital art, and I'm like, you know what, that kind of looks fun. Like they do a mistake, they hit one button, the line's gone, and I'm like, you know what, that would have made life so much easier. So I got this like really crappy art pad. It was like, I think, I don't know, it was like less than $100, but it had like limited colors, limited everything, but it did have all the grays. So I think that's where kind of our color scheme kind of came from. Uh, Once I started doing these digital art, which I started drawing characters. I love doing characters and stuff like that. Um,
We had like a bad pad though that like didn't have that many color options too. So we were kind of like using what we had to like make it look good or like what we were like satisfied with at the time. Even though we definitely didn't like to be like we look back at our earlier stuff and I was like, oh geez.
yeah, I look back at the early stuff. I'm like, oof.
Because we got a better pad and eventually upgraded like our whole like drawing thing.
But that's just the creative process. You look back at anything you create like years ago, and you're like, I could have done this way better. You just got to take it and take it, learn it from it, and apply it to the next project.
Exactly.
But yeah, we like even before Toonbuds, we always wanted to create a comic together. We came up with this whole other idea before Toonbuds, which we always talked about. It's like if Toonbuds takes off, we'll create that other one.
We'll swing back around. We'll come back around to it eventually.
But I think people responded a lot better to Toonbuds.
Yeah, we definitely been getting a positive response from like I feel like a wide range of people from like younger to older who are like the older people love the older animation and the younger people get like a lot of references and things we're doing and kind of like connect people with that.
Yeah, like I said, we're the youngest of five children, so it's like we watched all our cartoons, we watched all our older siblings cartoons, we watched our parents' cartoons, and we watched our like nieces and nephews' cartoons. We have this huge range.
Yeah,
Got a big family.
exactly.
When was the first time you
Like a
guys
project
used
family stuff and
cannabis?
stuff.
When was it together? I mean, you're a few years apart, so when was is it two separate experiences that I guess I'm asking
uh,
about here?
I'd be like, I think it's two separate. He definitely smoked before me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the first time I smoked, I think it was with two of my friends. I think I was pretty young, probably around 13 or so.
Yeah, it's like high school time.
Yeah,
Like
high
your
school.
lean time kind of thing.
But yeah, I mean, first did it for recreation. Now it's like I can see the medicinal benefits to it too.
Yeah, I would say we're more on the recreational side, but like we see all the educational and like medical benefits, so we want to like highlight those and stuff, and like just to approach it in a more fun, like easier way to like digest.
Yeah, like when I'm drawing and stuff, sometimes I get like shaky hand, and it's like smoke calms my hand down, get those smooth lines back.
What kind of cannabis do you guys prefer? I mean, I heard you mention there you don't mind the lemon, obviously. Do you have a flavor profile that either or you guys prefer or a strain that is your go-to?
um, I think yeah, I do like the lemon, orange. I like the citrusy stuff. But we're not picky.
No, like the OG strains, I think are some of our favorites, but like
Yeah, at this point, it's like smoked so much over the years.
yeah, no, it's like before, it's like what do you got? Just take it.
Right on. How much would you say? Well, obviously, Toonbuds is all about cannabis. So when was that first initial idea? I mean, were you guys smoking together and was the concept created together, or did one of you guys have the idea and kind of take it to the other?
No, the concept was for sure created together. Yeah, we were definitely just like smoking, chilling. Like I was drawing and stuff. Like we were talking about cartoon characters. I drew this like bong head, and then like we were talking about it, and then like I only had the head, and I was just like, all right, let me draw this body on him, and then we were looking at the character, and we are like, you know what, this actually looks like a real like character.
Yeah, he definitely had like this whole like presence when he was like we first saw him. Like, whoa.
Yeah. So yeah, we definitely like to say Toon Buds. Like, not only is it about cannabis, it was pretty much born from cannabis.
Yeah, basically.
Have you, I mean, how long ago was that? I mean, from now to
Oh,
like actually getting it rolling, seeing the grinders, getting it. I mean, how long has it take to get the dream rolling? I guess is the question.
all right. Let's see. We started. I think we're entering our fifth year of Toon Buds. When we first created like Bongo to like where we first were like, all right, we need to make this into a business. I think it was about like it was a couple months, right, where we were just like designing characters and stuff, and we weren't even like,
I think it was like almost a whole year of like developing out some of the ideas of like the first generation of characters because Mason and Faith and Blizzy and Jay weren't there.
yeah, we definitely didn't have all the characters at first, and we
No.
still don't have. We still talked about more characters.
I have
but,
3 more characters that are like made and developed. They're just like sitting in the like waiting to be.
but I don't want to like overwhelm people. I want to like develop these characters before adding any more.
Exactly.
But yeah, but it was. It's hard to say because we were like we created the characters, and then we started talking to people about it, and they were like, oh, you got to make T-shirts and stuff, and it's like we made our first shirt. That was probably like about a year after we started creating everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's when we first started posting like online, right?
Yeah.
So that so I think all together, like it's been about almost we're entering our 6th year, maybe technically, but like officially we're in our 5th year. It took like about a year of developing stuff.
Yeah. Fleshing out like some of like the basic things.
Yeah, and then figuring out like what events to go to and stuff like that. That was just like because we didn't really know anyone in the like community at that point, so we didn't know what events to go to and like who would invite us. Like yeah, it was just like it was kind of hectic start.
Yeah. And then we had like the whole pandemic and stuff, like towards our like beginning.
Yeah, that kind of like put a damper on things.
So we was all like, okay, I guess we're not like going anywhere for a while. And then, but I feel like we really like took time to like try like I think at one point we started like redesigning the character, not redesigning, but like straightening up some of the character
Yeah, I was
design.
fixing up some of the character designs at one point. That's when we got our new pad, which I'm so thankful for.
Yeah.
It's very nice. But yeah, after that, it felt like Toonbuds got an upgrade.
It definitely felt like it got an upgrade.
Yeah, I forgot what the original question was. Oh, sorry. I think our thing died.
Yeah.
It's me. There you go. Can you hear
Oh,
me?
oh yeah, I can hear you. I was like, oh no, the thing died again.
I definitely like the way you guys have decided to kind of work people into the background of this book, and is that something that you are going to incorporate in other projects, even like the comic strips, to where for a fee or whatever that you can be worked into the background of one of these comics and or something like that. That part of it I thought was super cool. As an entrepreneur, I thought that was a great angle to include people in the community, add a little bit of extra revenue to the book, and just add ideas just for the background, filler. I thought it was a genius idea. Is that something that again you're willing to consider in future projects, or was this like a one-time thing?
I mean, no, we're definitely considering it for future projects too. But yeah, this is our first time doing anything like that, getting businesses to like get their business in our book. So this is kind of like a test for us to see like, can we do it? We're reaching out to like everyone we can, try to get this done. But yeah, I think it would be like really cool to see all these different businesses and stuff like just in the background.
Yeah, I definitely want to like really just like highlight the community.
Yeah, it definitely adds to the community feeling and like I don't know, it's just fun. I think we did something similar where we got like product placement in a comic book like when we first started, and we just like it was kind of really cool just to see our character in a printed media, and it was like, oh man, that's cool. But now we're trying to like do it more.
Yeah, like just more developed though, because we want to like make little like
Yeah,
draw the characters in and like really
yeah, I
like
want to make
place it in there like it was meant to be there and not just like stuck on. Like we want to like really like
yeah, I want to
take it
like
next.
yeah, really like you said, we could have our characters even like interact with them too. If I think we have a tier pricing for our graphic novel thing if anyone wants to. But yeah, we could have like some sort of interaction with the character and whatever product. Like I don't know, I think it's just fun.
Yeah, I think it'd be a fun way to show everyone.
How would they get a hold of you to for that? You know what I mean? If they were interested in that.
um, you can message, you can direct message us, or you can email us. I think our email is toonbudsboston@gmail.com. Um, or you can message Beaver Buds, our collaborating partner in this graphic novel. Um, you can direct message him on on Instagram, or you can direct us on Instagram or Facebook. Um, my brother, he handles all the business, so you'll be talking directly to him.
There's no middleman. You're just talking to me. I'm gonna make things happen. I'm all about like making sure everyone gets the best customer service and like I'm on top of things.
Yeah, and like if you don't have like a character for your business or something, we can work on that. We can develop a character for you. I can send you some sketches and stuff.
Yeah, we definitely want to help anyone who wants to like kind of start but doesn't know how to start. Like, oh, I want a character, but like, what could it be like? You know, a little nice like, hey, this is what it could be. Put it in there, kind of thing.
Hell, even if you don't have a business and you're just like, hey, I would love this kind of character in there, it's like, hey, reach out.
Yeah, exactly. You want to start dictating some characters? We're ready.
Yeah, because like yeah, all those chapter pages, it's like full of characters. Those are like the most characters I've drawn on a page like ever.
Yeah.
I was definitely impressed. 'Cause I see those Where's Waldo like things, and I'm just like, how long did it take this man to draw that?
Yeah, Where's Waldo's kind of crazy.
Yeah. But we have a lots of fun different references in there too. So hopefully people will be like just staring at the image for a long time too. So get your business out there that way.
Yeah, definitely trying to like keep people to like flipping back through the book, trying to like looking around, seeing what else is like hidden and like tucked away.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff hidden.
If are you open to working with other people and like say if somebody has an idea for a series or a strip, or would you be willing to work with them as far as like animation or kicking off another little side project?
Yeah, we're always open to working with anyone else. Like we're trying to collaborate with more people as long as we have the time. Like this graphic novel, oh man, it's snowballed a little bit, but it's 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 I like where it's at. But yeah, it definitely took more time than we realized. I'm getting faster every day, but yeah, there's almost only so much time in the day, but I love to collaborate and do like other things with people. You know,
Yeah.
I guess I'll light this up. Sorry, but we've done a few collaborations with a few people in the past. Like there's another comic strip out there, the Toking with the Dead. We did a few comic strips with them, like collaboration comic strips. We called them the Toking Tunes.
Token Tunes. We worked with Cannabis, which is a like helps people get their medical cards and stuff like that. So we made some educational comments with them, showing people some like laws and like of cannabis in like Massachusetts specifically though. But we did like three, I think, or so with them. And then we also helped design the logo for the first cannabis college in Arizona. We were reached out by like what was the doctor's name? I forget now, but like he was very cool. And but we helped them like develop their like logo and what they wanted to like be.
We had our comic strips like published in this online German magazine for a little bit. This guy reached out. He loved our comics. Wanted to use the comic strips. We were like, yeah, we can even make some comic strips to like certain things if you want. And he was like, I don't even know, but he like loved the fairy tale one. So we were like, made a whole bunch of fairy tale parody things for him. He loved it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's when we did a lot of like fairy tale esque like comic strips. It was like to hit the German audience that like he was like wanted to like just show the because he was like, this is amazing, everyone has to see this. I was like, okay.
So yeah, we're always open to working with people. So like reach out as long as we got the time.
Yeah. Even though I always put everyone in the list, I'm always like, I'll come back and find everyone.
Yeah. I'm hoping one day we'll actually make it big. We have like a team of artists.
Yeah.
It's
But
pretty
yeah,
awesome.
one
It
day.
seems like
I
you
know.
guys got a good foothold already. I mean, with the internet, it as you can see, things spread quickly. You know what I mean? How's it? I mean, Germany already. I mean, it's
Yeah.
super awesome, man. That's and
Yeah, it's
things
kind of crazy.
spread that quickly if they really can.
Yeah, for sure. I did not expect him to reach out because I was like, "Are we gonna have to translate the comics?" He's like, "No, just keep them in English."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right, that worked for us." And then yeah, we have like a random like little German following.
Yeah. Um,
I know we have a few supporters. I'm like, they be liking all our stuff. I'm like, I have to hit the translate on all their things, like to read the comment.
Yeah, we definitely had a couple of driver people who were like shouting us out, like, "Yeah, Toonbuds."
Yeah, it's crazy, just like how things will. Like you never know who's gonna see what.
Yeah, and we ship worldwide and stuff, so we held little contests up there in Germany and like just gave them some prizes, and they loved it.
Yeah.
That's super awesome. That's really awesome. I believe this is something that will, could go big for you guys, at some point. You know what I mean? And part of that being, again, the manifestation, the key of like following your heart. You know what I mean? There's something to me that's huge about that. You know what I mean? If you really have that something that pulls you along, which it seems like it does, uh, I think I see great success for you guys, 100%. So yeah, keep chasing that, 100%. I hope that day it does get to the automated side of things for you. Do you think, I mean, that's one thing too. Let me ask you about that. Yeah, I heard mention like the team of artists, I do a lot of woodworking and stuff like that. And to me, that's like can be my cartoon, my little creation. But I was always worried of like bringing people in and letting them, do my
Yeah.
thing. Would that be hard to let somebody slide in, like, okay, or would you just be like, no, he don't do that. you know,
It
he
would
don't
definitely
move
be
like that.
strange. It would definitely be strange seeing like other people draw my characters, but I know realistically people could only draw so much, and like how it's done in the like professional comic industry, it's like one person will do the sketches, and then one person will do the inks, and then one person will do the colors, and then it becomes like a collaboration of like all their art together. And yeah, it would be weird just like having someone else do those other steps, but I also never went to art school. I know there's so many talented artists out there. They might even do it better than me. But yeah, I mean, I think we're pretty good at working with people, and whatever team we do eventually get, I'm sure they'll be pretty chill too.
Yeah, we did a couple art contests, and people drew some bongos, which was nice.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised when we did the art contest, and actually people entered. I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Got that one Canadian guy who won both.
He is a really talented artist.
Yeah.
He's drawn bongo in his style, and I was like, you know what? It's a little bit different, but I do like it. I mean, I can see that. I can yeah, but I can see what you're talking about. It's like, oh, this is my creation. I don't want to let anyone touch it, but at the same time, I'm like to let it grow. I gotta like let it go.
Yeah. But we should have rules. I feel like that helps and stuff. Like we
Oh
have like,
yeah,
certain rules and within Toonbuds that we try to follow so that we don't like go out of bounds with what we're trying to do and stuff.
yeah. It would definitely be like interesting.
Can you see you guys being cannabis friendly bosses? Like let's say you've got the 12 artists, you've got a couple of writers and whatnot. Are you gonna allow the storyboard meetings? Is that gonna be a cloudy room? Are you guys gonna be passing joints and spitting out ideas for the characters or
I
you
mean, how do you think we do it right now?
nice.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a cannabis friendly office.
Yeah.
That's
No,
awesome.
yeah, we're just constantly smoking, coming up with ideas, drawing. Yeah, I couldn't make it through some of these long days without smoking. We've
Yeah.
been putting in some crazy hours just to make this next book perfect.
Yeah. We have a huge list of just like backlog of ideas of just like we got stoned and thought of something.
Yeah, at first we did not write anything down, and it would be like, oh man, remember when we came up with that idea for that one thing, and we just like could not remember. So it's like, all right, now we need to start writing everything down. And yeah, we have this huge pile now. But I'm like, every time I'm like, all right, what should I draw? I look through the pile. I'm like, you know what? There's some really funny stuff in here.
Yeah, I like to think like a good idea will be okay for a while, but like a great idea, it's funny for like a while. So
Yeah, it's
like,
also good to let these ideas sit for a second because you never know. You come back, you'd be like, what was I thinking?
yeah, it definitely happened in the beginning. We had some moments where we're like, Was that funny, or were we just stoned?
Yeah, definitely be a smoky writer's room.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite strain that you know what I mean? Well, but let's ask this. Do you have a favorite ingestion method? As far is it the bong? Do you prefer joints? Do you like edibles? Which one works best for the creative process?
I mean, we smoke a lot of blunts, but we smoke pretty much anything. We'll smoke joints, bongs, pipes. We got everything here.
Yeah, edibles, all that.
But usually it's something to pass easily between us while I'm smoking, so I don't have to like light something. So it's nice to have a joint or a blunt while I'm drawing.
Do either of you cultivate the plant?
He is the grower of the two of us.
Yeah, so I actually like know how to grow and like do a little bit of that stuff. I've read like a lot of grow books and just like well self-taught with a lot of it, but like slowly figuring it out. I went for school for like automotive, like not plants. But I know how to like fix the balances and like the light equipment and all that kind of stuff. And then like I learned a little bit more and like I worked for a couple landscaping companies for like years and then like learned more about plants and all that and kind of like brought in that like knowledge. But like it was tricky in the beginning because there wasn't like too much out there. I feel like I got like a little lost. But then like now there's so much out there. I feel like a lot of people get overwhelmed with like how much they have, like all that, and like they're like, oh, do I follow this or this? And like it's definitely I feel like try like approach it from like this is how I did it. These are like my tips and these are little tricks and like I learned and like just like easy stuff. You're not even all grow tips too. Like a nickel weighs 5 grams. If you ever want to test your scale, put your nickel on the scale and like if it weighs 5 grams. You know what I mean? Like little small things like that to help you like you know what I mean like stay on track and not mess up.
Yeah.
I've seen people like equipment break down or like things get dirty and like they don't like maintain and like you want to like just stay on top of things.
So yeah, like my dad started getting into growing a lot too, and he's got a lot of questions. And it's like whenever he has a question, we're like, you know what, this is an opportunity to make this into a comic strip or something. Because it's like if he's asking this question, like
How many people more people?
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we definitely try to like take a lot of like things that people are asking about or like anyone who really comes up and like make it so that everyone can kind of get the answers.
Yeah, and I definitely like I've learned a lot of growing from him and like other people, Mark, our other friend, Robbie, who grows and stuff. Uh, yeah, it's just a lot of taking in this information and stuff. It's like I'm glad they know the information because I'm focusing on the drawing here.
Yeah, no, it's like it's one of the things. It's like easy to start, but like hard to master kind of thing. And like you start doing it, and like it's easy, but then like there's so much more in depth if you want to go that in depth.
Yeah, I remember. I'll never forget that harvest you did. We were like up all night, fucking trimming that, and it was like everything got so sticky, and it was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was like mismanagement of time.
Yeah, that was a long night. But
Yeah, but it was definitely like a learning process. I feel like, and like, it's fun to like sit there and like monitor the plant, and you're like kind of in tune to like what it needs, and like it becomes like a whole like beyond a hobby, but almost like you're like, oh, this is like almost like a lifestyle, just like plants and like zen. You know what I mean?
Hey, I like the fact that if anything, that it does talk. You guys are trying to include like the grow aspect of it in there. I'm a big advocate for people on the cultivation side. I think everybody should give it a whirl at some point. There's a lot of pluses to it. You know what I mean? A lot of you learn a lot about yourself through the process of trying to grow the plant. But I think it's very powerful. It's every bit of medicine as much as the cannabis itself. So the more people that we can encourage in any way, shape, or form to drop some seeds, even if it be they go, that cartoon can do it. I can do it. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Hell yeah. Let's get them growing. That's pretty awesome. That, anything we can do to spark them, you know, drop some seeds. That's pretty awesome. So do you have any ideas on getting it out there? I mean, what are some of the ways you guys are kind of trying to push it? Obviously, a couple podcasts here and there, but how hard of it is a task to open people's eyes up to, take a look at it? I mean, it sounds like overall you guys are getting in person great response. Uh,
Yeah,
what
for sure. In person, we go to as many events as we can. That's where we get like the best response. Actually, like just talking to the people and getting to like see and hear their reaction. We push out on all our social medias and stuff. We have a website. We're trying to do more podcasts like this. We've done a couple. We did one earlier this morning too. Um, we're we made this huge list of like all these different like bookstores and stuff we want to like go up and try to get our books into. It's definitely a difficult task, this the marketing and stuff. Um, Usually handle like more of that business side.
Yeah, it's been like we got one of our we got a store in Rhode Island to carry our stuff, which is a nice, and like they carry all our merchandise, and like I kind of rotate in and out like some of the stuff that like sells and doesn't sell. So it's nice to see like down there what's going and stuff. And then I've been like pushing more towards the books. But a lot of like the big bookstores like wanted like a spine on it. So our comic books were like now getting pushed in. But now that the graphic novel will have a spine, I'm hoping a lot of them will be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, now there's no excuse.
No,
you can be like, there's no spine.
Yeah, because I label all the books 21 plus, and I put them in plastic, so when they go on the shelves, like no little kid can mess with it. Like I show them, like I'm not trying to sell it to little kids. You know what I mean? Like, so it's definitely a balance. We try to like just like go to stores that fit ours and not like intrude, and like especially with events too. Like I try to tell people like, can we be like more towards adult table kind of stuff? Like don't stick us in between like a bunch of little kid toy things. Like
Yeah, and then all the parents give us all these looks.
yeah, because it happened one time where we got stuck in between these two toy store like selling things. I'm like, oh.
But it's like,
uh Magna PA there in chat's asking if you guys do create logos for people.
oh yeah, I do commissions if you reach out. I've done a few like different podcast logos. I think like Jeremy said, I did the Cannabis Museum in Arizona, or not museum,
Yeah, college.
college.
Yeah, the Cannabis College.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm mixing some stuff up from some other stuff we were talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, reach out. I do commissions.
Yeah, it's a bunch of local small businesses that like reached out. Like Itastic, he made that little character for him, and he did like a couple different logo designs.
Yeah.
He's just super into skulls.
Yeah, there's a few logos for him. Let's see.
Yeah, outside of the cartoons
But
and all that, man, I could actually see you guys making a good impact in just the merch area. Hats, shirts, stuff like
Yeah.
that, I think would sell big on both in events and I don't do a lot of merch, but I'm starting to understand the process a little bit more. But it seems like you could get um a, a ordered, pretty much a tailor to order website that you could help you guys out that could print off a lot of you guys' shirts and stuff like that to print to order. You get one, they print it out, whatever, you know what I mean? But a lot of the characters are very likable. I could honestly see people wanting to support a shirt, a hat, you know what I mean, stuff like that that could help feed the overall dream. So if you're not already, pushing the merch aspect of it, I would definitely be putting that in the description. You know what I mean, in the link, so that could just be, working for you when you guys are putting the time into creating the cartoons and stuff like that. Definitely think about the merch side of things.
Yeah, we do have we have some shirts. He's got like
Got like a bongo sweater on right now.
and then we have a hat too. This is my Toonbuds hat. But yeah, we're working on getting more shirts and stuff. The guy we were talking about, Tastic Creations, who we're working with, he's able to actually supplement print like right onto shirts. This guy we were talking about. So once we can figure out everything with him, we're gonna have pretty much like any shirt we want, pretty much.
Yeah. We're gonna be able to do smaller batches of like more different types of shirts.
Oh,
That's
and like I don't have any on them. They're over like way behind this thing. But we do have a few like glow in the dark shirts too.
Oh yeah. Two of our shirts glow in the dark, which is fun.
super cool. Super cool. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I kind of like I mentioned the site to, they print by order there. Because that's one of the things I've kind of struggled with the merge stuff is, taking that initial and I don't know if I want to order, that many smalls or, to actually having to sit on the merge. So it's nice for some of these sites that only, give you a percentage as they print them off, basically. Then you don't have to sit on the stock or take a risk on the stock. Um,
Yeah, there's
there's a
definitely
lot
a
of
few
sites out
things
there,
like that where we took a risk and we were like, oh man, we ordered too many. But
Yeah.
but
once
I can definitely
once
see
we teamed up
people.
with Itastic, he can do the smaller batches for us, and it's like he's much smaller, so it's like it works out having these because he's just a small business too. It's just him and his father.
Yeah.
Right, and you guys got to have the stuff for the festivals and the events and stuff for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Right on. I like the grinders too. Those are super cool. I hope you guys. That's one thing you guys keep working on there. That's awesome. I like that whole concept. Super cool.
Yeah, definitely. We have so many ideas we want to do with the grinder.
Oh yeah.
The just so many ideas in general.
There is a pile.
So, is there a cutoff for being involved or product placement for the book coming up?
Cut off for the product placement.
Oh yeah.
So I think we're ending the product placement
The 31st.
the 31st of this month, at the end of the month. So if you want, you probably can't read all this writing, but you need a little picture there. All this, you check this out. It's on our Facebook, on our Instagram, on our social media. It's got all the pricing there. Um, at the end of the month, we're ending the cutoff. We're planning to release the book in March. So I'll have a couple weeks or pretty much a whole month there because we think the printing will probably be about 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a whole month to put in product placement.
So make sure everything's smoothed over, people get what they want, everyone like fits in and likes it. So definitely have a little bit of time to like make sure that all like fits and goes good.
Yeah, I want to make sure everyone's happy too.
Yeah, I know exactly. If someone pays some money, I want to make sure they're like, okay, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
All right. It's super cool. Super cool. I can't wait to see the response when it comes out. I think you guys are going to do well. That's for sure.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Do you have any events coming up that they can? Do you mind kind of roughly saying where you guys are from? I
Oh, we're
think
from
that.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
All right.
um, uh, let's see. I know we have a few. We have like I know we have the 421. I think the was it the green? Yeah, Toasted Jam, Green Mines. I think we're going to. That's in oh God, March. That's the south. It's in like Western Massachusetts, I think.
Yeah.
um, I know we have a few more. I have to like check the calendar.
Yeah. The calendar will be updated on the website.
Yeah, we have a calendar on our website. That should say the events and stuff that we're probably going to be updating.
Soon. I'll get on top of that. That's my department.
Yeah, we've just been focusing so hard on getting everything perfect for this book.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've been on the book mostly.
Yeah, a little behind on other things, but on top of the book.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, I love because a lot of the people that watch the show, I mean, this is I'd like to think that a lot of people that hang, all the people, not a lot, all the people that hang out in this chat and watch the show are great people, and it's a pretty tight community that we've built over the years, and we like to meet each other. There's a lot of these folks that have pilgrimaged many states to hang out and be a part of these events and just, hey man, I seen you on the show, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of people in Massachusetts and your surrounding area. The last time you guys were on, had mentioned, are these guys open to, I want to look these guys up, you know what I mean? To, meeting you firsthand. And that's one of the great things about cannabis is, you know what I mean? That interaction, that bonding, that smoking the joint, having a sesh. And, and it's an awesome. So, yeah, hopefully some of these people at some of these events do, you do cross paths with some of the people that, watch the show.
Yeah, I love meeting the people. There's only been like a few people who are like specifically came out and they're like, "Oh man, we came out because we thought you were gonna be at this event." And I was just like, "Oh my god, that makes I can't even tell you how that made me feel." But yeah, I appreciate all the love and stuff.
Yeah.
Right on, right on. Do some of these events give you a little bit of a break, being just a comic, you know what I mean, just putting out a publication versus a product? Are they a little bit easier on you as far as like boosts or set like that, or no? Because they
Nah,
should
not
be, they should
not
be.
really.
That's not right.
No, we yeah, some of these events have been getting crazy with the like some of their costs. I'm just like, we don't like sell like weed to like some of these other people, like or cannabis like with some of these other people. Uh, we're not gonna make that money back. So it's like not even worth it for us to come to this event. And it's like they don't really understand that because there's not too many other people like in our
Industry.
area. I don't even know what to call it, but like of that like publication, like you said. So yeah, I mean, I wish we would get get a break, but uh, so far no.
I kind of asked because there's been some of these events here in Michigan that have either been arts and crafts kind of based or are starting to wise up and have little side like arts and crafts and allowing for cheaper booths, stuff like that, just to kind of draw and have an extra draw. And I hope that that's something that more of these event holders where you're at are more open to. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because to me, that's one thing I love these events, but I kind of I'm bummed out about the push of sales at some point. To me, it's the get together and the camaraderie and meeting people and stuff like that. The push to have to be, you know, boot to boot to boot to boot sometimes is I don't know.
yeah, it can be a little overwhelming too. Just like so many people, and then people just wind up walking by all the booths because there's just like too much to look at, and they don't want to stop at any booth to talk. Get a lot of people like that who just like walk by, and it's like we were at that event, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't even know you were there." Like I walked around so many times. It's like what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cannabis
need to
does
be.
bring out the creative side in you. You know what I mean? Why not have a section for the creativity? Consume some cannabis and wander through. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It seems
I see it
perfect.
more in like just like I've seen it in like maybe a few events where they'll have some artists off to the side, but a lot of the times they'll stick the artist like way off in the corner or something, and I'm just like, no one goes over to that corner. I feel bad for all these artists over there. It, yeah, there could be definitely some more better planning with some of these events.
Yeah.
Right on. Let's see here. What else have we got to cover here, fellas?
Oh,
Uh,
I mean, I think we covered, I mean, pretty much everything. If you check out like all our stuff, I mean, there's so many layers. Like I could talk for hours literally about like every little detail. But yeah, I like to let people kind of discover some stuff for themselves, you know what I mean? So if
Yeah.
you check out like toonbuds.com or any of our social medias, we try to like post. We've been a little off the past couple of days, but we try to post every single day. Um, we try to like, well, do fun contests with the grinder and stuff. We try to like, I don't know, we do lots of fun things.
Yeah, definitely keep the content like interesting. We definitely do different like themes stuff, or like we get into like moods and like things happen.
how much do you guys post to the YouTube there? Will that be more of a thing as the animation comes to hand there? I think that's will be a cool thing too, even if it's um YouTube likes their shorts. Have you guys ever thought about just even the shorts, a 60-second kind of little clips, or are they just
Yeah.
bad, or just as hard to kind of put out there?
No, we've definitely been talking about the shorts and doing something like that. um, Once this book is complete, I'm going straight back into animation mode, and it's like basically kind of like Hanna-Barbera. You like develop these walking models and stuff, all these different assets that you can reuse and stuff for different scenes, and then you put it together. So once that first initial setup is kind of done, then the rest of the processes will go a little bit quicker. So I'm hoping to post to YouTube more often because we don't have too much on there right now.
No.
But yeah, I've definitely we've been talking about the shorts and stuff, and maybe even doing something where it's just like where we release the shorts or little clips of the animation we're working on, and then like at the end when it's all done, string it all together or something like that.
Yeah.
Because that obviously would pump out the content quicker.
Yeah. It just takes so long with the animation.
Right on, right on. I think the characters are very likable. That's why I think this is something that could really take off for you. I did kind of link your Instagram, the toonbuds.com, and the YouTube there. I couldn't find the Facebook link, and there was one other thing you threw out there that I couldn't find right quick. Is there something else I'm kind of missing that I should be throwing in the descriptions to make it nice and easy for them?
um, I mean, those are pretty much our big ones, right? Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah. We have a TikTok.
Oh yeah, the TikTok.
I think that's basically like we have everything. I'm on like Weed Life. It's like a weed cannabis app. I think it's like I think they're around here, the creators, but I try to go on anything I can.
Yeah, we're just anywhere where you can spread the word.
Yeah.
Right. I do suggest following these guys to help push this dream ahead. Super cool. I like the fact that you guys do seem pretty fired up about the cannabis side of things. Will it stay cannabis? Will you guys kind of keep it cannabis? Or are you guys open to, the straighter side of comics?
No, I mean it'll pretty much be cannabis. um, Toonbuds. We even talked. It's like even if Toonbuds like never makes it or something, it's pretty much gonna be something I'm doing the rest of my life. I'll be an old man drawing these damn cartoons, like.
Yeah, I'd be on the side at the very least. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I do believe in it, and yeah, it'll always be cannabis for us, pretty much.
Yeah.
Awesome. Super awesome. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Ned. Now I got to copy the link. Um, Ned found the TikTok link for me. I got some good mods. I definitely got some good mods there. Thank you. Now I'm following you. Um, heck yeah. So 420 would probably be the soonest event that they could find you.
Well, we'll probably do. I think we talked about doing two like launch parties for our book when it releases. We'll have more information on that probably next month, I think.
Yeah.
But Yeah. Besides those two, I think the 419, 421 will be the next one, at least that I'm aware of right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Something might pop up.
Yeah. I know Mark has been looking for a ton of events for us for the release of the book because we're trying to hit it hard.
Yeah.
Right
Every
on.
year of events.
Let's see here.
So,
I think we pretty much covered it, unless you guys want to go into deep into cannabis as far as like use and stuff like that. Sometimes I wonder, seeing how it's like we're talking somewhat like of a business front. I always wonder how how deep they want you guys want to go onto the cannabis side, because you know what I mean. We may worry about that the business image, I guess.
I mean, I mean, I don't care about going too deep on cannabis, but
Do you think you
um,
yourself would do you see yourself growing at some point?
I mean, I I've grown like I took one of his plants and I had it growing in my window. I remember. Yeah, I mean, it turned out nice.
Yeah.
I if I had more time, I would definitely grow. But now, like all my time just goes into drawing.
Yeah, but the too much is taking up a lot of our time.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I suggest it. I mean, I do
You
suggest.
know, I could use it. I mean, once I get onto a more stable schedule,
Yeah.
I mean, I always help him out, so
Yeah.
I'm always kind of growing.
I always have some project going.
Right on, right
But
on.
yeah, I mean, I think we went into everything. Thank you for having us on again. I mean, wanna
Well, this well, a couple of things we get to go over this time before you guys go. A, you guys have now earned your guys' link for the Weed Nerd World. Anytime you guys, Mondays and Thursdays are Weed Nerd Worlds, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That makes it 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Anytime you guys want to come hang out, smoke, promote the book, hang, you know what I mean? Tell us what's new with you. No longer you need an invitation. Just click the link. The same one that I sent you is always good now. Uh, so anytime you want to come hang out in the Weed Nerd World, feel free. Again, there's no hey guys, come. It's more like it's on. I've got a joint. Let's go hang out. You know what I mean? That's how the weed nerd world works. So keep that in mind. Any other time, if you have, you want to come hang out, please let me know and do a one-on-one. I'm always down as far as that goes. Uh, the other thing I need to get from you guys before we end this one is your soundbite for this episode. Should be a little bit easier this go round.
Yeah.
Again, same old MO. Hey, this is Eagle. I'm fucking talking shit with Eagle. Episode 831. Except you guys, I think, figured out you don't say this is Eagle. You just this is Toonbuds. We're on fucking talking shit with Eagle. Right, right. All right, here we go, guys. I am ready. If you are.
You ready? Hey, this is Jason from Toonbuds.
This is Jeremy from Toonbuds.
We're on Talking Shit with Eagle. All right, so
Episode
let's play this out for a second.
831.
Yeah. I said, "Are you ready?" And he said, "Yeah."
It was a good ad lib. That was a good ad lib.
All right, should we try this again?
Yeah, try this again.
All right, you
Take two. Should I go first?
You go first, and then I'll go first.
Yeah.
Or second.
This is Jeremy from Toonbuds. This is Jason from Toonbuds.
And we're on Talking Shit with the Eagle.
Okay. We gotta synchronize that last part. This is Jeremy from Toonbuds.
And this is Jason from Toonbuds. And we're on Talking Shit with the Eagle.
Hell yeah, perfect. Thanks, you guys. I greatly
Yeah.
appreciate you and your time. And I do sincerely wish you guys success on this endeavor. And I look forward to updates. Please pop into the Weed Nerd World anytime you guys want. And until then, Have a good one, guys. I appreciate you.
Peace out.
Yeah,
Thank you
peace
so
out.
much.
Thank you so much.
For the rest of you guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning in. And most importantly, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. And with that being said, we are out of here. Have a